Feel the power of your determination taking control of your breathing. Feel the power of your presence, your gift, right now in this moment. Now think about you doing your best today on all the exercises we do together. The gym of life. See, we are so powerful, we get to think, create, imagine in our minds, and make real in the world. And that goes with everything. The way we do our exercises, to the best of our ability, is the same way we can do anything to the best of our ability.
La vida me empezó a cambiar la noche que te conocí. Tenía poco que perder y la cosa sigue así. Yo con mi sostén a rayas y mi pelo a medio hacer. Pensaste todavía es un niño, pero ¿qué le voy a hacer? Es lo que andaba buscando, el doctor recomendando. Creí que estaba soñando. Oh, oh, ¿de qué me andaba quejando? No sé qué estaba pensando. Voy para el cielo y voy pateando. Oh, oh, me enamoré, me enamoré. Lo vi solito y me lancé. Me enamoré, me enamoré. Mira qué cosa bonita, qué boca más redondita. Me gusta esa barbita. Y bailé hasta que me cansé, hasta que me cansé. Bailé y me enamoré. Nos enamoramos, un mojito, dos mojitos. Mira qué ojitos bonitos. Me quedo otro ratito. Contigo yo tendría 10 hijos. Empecemos por un par. Solamente te lo digo por si quieres practicar. Lo único que estoy diciendo, vayámonos conociendo. Es lo que está proponiendo. Oh, pa' mí o pa' más nadie. Pa' mí o pa' más nadie. Pa' mí o pa' más nadie. Me enamoré. Lo vi solito y me lancé. Me enamoré. Me enamoramos. Mira qué cosa bonita. Qué boca más redondita. Me gusta esa barbita. Y bailé hasta que me cansé. Hasta que me cansé. Bailé. Me enamoré. Nos enamoramos. Un mojito, dos mojitos. Mira qué ojitos bonitos. Me quedo otro ratito. Nunca creí que fuera así. ¿Cómo te fijarías en mí? Toda la noche lo pensé. Pa' mí o pa' más nadie. Pa' mí o pa' más nadie. Pa' mí o pa' más nadie. Pa' mí o pa' más nadie.
Decent effort. Oh, sensational goal. Absolutely magnificent. Back to Ricard and Tillman.
Hey guys, another fear that robs us of being our true great self in each and every day and at each and every moment is the fear of criticism. This is one where we have to really go within ourselves and say, what is it that we're really afraid of? Why do we care so much about what others are going to say about things that we believe in or things that we want to do? Especially if we want to achieve our dreams, if we really want to be happy, peaceful, successful, and achieve that infinite wealthy state of mind, we have to be willing to go deep and master that fear of criticism. Most of the times, people care very much for us and they're probably worried about us and want to protect us. But we have to be able to say to ourselves, we have to have such strong belief and conviction in what we're doing, in the rightness of what we're doing, and that will give us the strength to take that criticism, use it, and apply it in a successful way. Have a great day.
Hello, everybody. This feels like coming home.
Let's
This is
go.
so exciting. So obviously today is all about focus, flow, and productivity. How many of you feel like you are professional multitaskers? Like give you a million things and like you can manage it. The busier you are, the better you are. You're the people that can like do 5 things at once and your spouse or your partner says, were you even listening to me? And you can repeat back exactly what they were saying. And one of the things that when I was thinking about like, okay, what does the world need? Like, what do we need right now? Is that we are finishing our days, and maybe I'm speaking for myself, but tell me if you're feeling this way too, where you're finishing a day and you've worked so hard and you're exhausted and you're like, wait, what did I actually accomplish? Like, I feel like I got nothing done. I actually feel more overwhelmed after working all day than actually getting things moving forward. And when I think about this last year, especially as we approach the year mark of when the world shifted and everything changed as we knew it, I'm thinking about how so many of us are wearing so many hats. For me, you know, I operate as a family unit. My husband and my daughter are home all the time. I have a dog under the table right now who I'm praying she doesn't bark. And we're constantly being pulled in so many directions and wearing so many different hats. And when I first became a mother, one of the biggest challenges for me was feeling like I was constantly half in on everything, whether that was work or motherhood. You know, I would be checking emails while I was nursing my baby, or, you know, I'd be up in the middle of the night and then I'd start thinking about work when I was holding my child. And I realized that focus is so important, not just for us to get more done, because guess what? We're not efficiency machines. Our worth is not found in our output, but to feel accomplished and to finish our days like resting our heads and saying, you know, well done. You did something today that was awesome and you moved forward and you progressed in your life. Now, one of the things that was super interesting, and a study done by the American Physiological Association on Cognition, they performed this on people trying to perform more than one task. And they realized that our mind and our brain are not naturally designed to perform in this way. And it can actually cost us. So when we are trying to multitask, it can actually cost us 40% of our productive time. So when I became a mother and I made the decision that I wanted to nurse my daughter, and that was going to be part of my job for the next year of my life, I realized that I had these very short windows of time to work. And maybe you can relate to that, whether you're in a 9 to 5 or you're working from home or you're building up your side hustle, you get these really small windows of time where you need to move the needle forward. And so if you think about the fact that multitasking can actually take away 40% of our productive time, we've got to figure out ways that we can actually focus so that at the end of the day, we're saying, man, I got so much done today, or I feel really capable, or I'm feeling really confident that I was productive. So we first have to kind of break down some of the lies. One of the things that I always say, and it's not my own quote, it's someone else's, but it's busy is not a badge of honor. For so long, when you run into someone at the store, or if you're sitting down with a friend and you're like, how are you? And you're like, oh, I'm so busy. We started to like wear that and confuse that as something to be honored, that being busy meant that we must be successful, or that we must be doing big things, or that we must have found this secret. But being busy and being productive are two entirely different things. And I really want to make sure that we establish that difference, because one, it's going to change how we show up in our own lives, but it's also going to change how we destigmatize the whole act of hustle culture and busyness. I am very focused on lifestyle in the sense of wanting to be a present mother. I want to be a great CEO. I want to be a change maker and an impact leader. But when I'm working, I want to be productive. I don't want to be busy. I was recently just talking to my cousin, who's a single mother of 3, who had to work from home and also homeschool her children all at the same time. And I was like, I don't know how you got it done. And she's like, it's crazy how productive you can be when you know you only have a limited amount of time. And the thing that we tend to forget is that our time is a non-renewable resource. It's something that we can't go out, we can't earn more of, we can't get it back. And so I walk through life looking at time as my currency. And so when I think about time being my currency, it's super important that the ways that I'm spending it are indicative of the life that I want and the work that I'm doing. So the first thing is called a brain dump. Okay. I know it doesn't have a fancy word, but this literally has changed my life in so many ways. So have you ever felt that you have so many ideas swirling in your head, you're so overwhelmed that you don't even know how to take any action? It's almost like we're paralyzed in inaction because there's so many things we're trying to remember, so many things we know we need to do. So whenever I start to feel overwhelmed, which I'm going to be honest, even this week I was feeling this way, what I did is I opened up a blank document or took out a blank piece of paper and I wrote down every thought that was in my head. Like I almost imagine, like close my eyes and imagine the thoughts just pouring out of my head through my pen or through my keyboard. And they can be the most random thoughts. So it could be like, I need to book a pediatrician appointment for my child. I need to make sure this email gets responded to. I need to make this in my funnel, and I need to work out, like whatever it is, it's like these things that are like living in our head that are almost like bogging us down. And so brain dumps are not meant to be pretty. They're not necessarily practical, but they're this way to release these thoughts from your brain and trust that they are safe. So if I ever wake up in the middle of the night and there's something on my heart, or there's something weighing on me, or there's something I'm even losing sleep over, I take the time to just really quickly write it down. I remember my grandpa always had a pad of paper by his bed, and I never understood it. And he's like, my best ideas come in the middle of the night. But for me, when I can release that thought and say, okay, I know you safely exist here. I don't need to think about you until I'm ready to come back to you. It has been such a game changer for me. I think that a lot of times we worry that we're going to forget something. And so we almost keep these thoughts living in our brain as a means of like, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. But when we bog our brain down so much with all of these don't forget thoughts or all of these random things that we know we could take care of, not maybe now, but later, we're inhibiting our ability to think creatively, to think positively, to generate new ideas. So one of my team members, Kylie, she said that she does this every Sunday. So if you get the Sunday scaries, if Monday approaching kind of freaks you out and you're like, man, I'm about to start this new week and I have so much on my plate and I don't know if I can get it done. What she does is she drops everything onto a list or a document, or even we have like an organizational tool that we use inside of our company called Monday. It's basically a project management software, but basically she's like, I break down everything that's in my brain and I assign each task to a day of the week. And what she said is, she said, it's great reassurance when I see a stack of tasks or projects that give me that overwhelmed, like I have so much to do feeling. And when I see that they actually can fit into my week and that I have plenty of time to accomplish them. So one of the biggest things to remember is this doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be a bulleted list. It can literally be just releasing these thoughts from your mind to free up your energy and your time and your brain space to think about other things. And so brain dump is one of the best things you can do. And if you work with a team or if you have a spouse or a partner, sharing that brain dump can sometimes help people say, wait, I can help with that. Or, oh, you're worried about that? Let me take care of that. And so it's also a gentle way to learn how to start asking for help or to let people in when you are overwhelmed. I will share this with my husband sometimes because he is like the homemaker. He does the cooking and the cleaning. He watches our child. He's amazing. And so sometimes it's like the littlest things are driving me crazy, like sending the check out to this person or things. And he's like, I can do that for you. And so it's a great way to also learn how to ask for help, which a lot of times we're really bad at.
Good morning, guys. Today in our top 10 rules for success, Oprah Winfrey shares with us her 6th rule for success. And this is a huge one. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't believe in what you're doing, the activating power of our mind is nullified. So we cannot use the full power of our mind if we don't believe that we can do it. She shares with us an example growing up, and uses the example of her grandmother. Her grandmother was a maid, and her grandmother was trying to give her advice on how she can also become a maid. Oprah Winfrey can become a maid one day. And Oprah just knew from a young age, 4 to 5 years old, she knew that there was something more for her. She felt it in her gut, in her heart, and in her soul. She just knew this wasn't going to be for her. She knew she was meant for something greater. And we all are. But we got to believe it so much that nothing can take away that belief. Have a great day, everybody.
Here's a big one. If you're not feeling it, find new friends. I'm being dead serious about this. This one is real big for me. Who you hang out with is a huge deal. And again, these are all tried and true things, right? We've heard you're the whatever of the 5 friends you spent. Like, that's real. That one, put in the bank. Like, if you're not feeling it, you need to go to meetup.com and go to 10 meetups of people that are hungry. Like, it's unbelievable what happened to me when I got into the Silicon Valley world and started meeting like Mark Zuckerberg and like Ev Williams and like Travis. Like, it changed my life. This town, actually, it's fun for me to tell this story here. South by Southwest 2007 changed my life because I hung out, I forced myself to go to a Web 2.0, which later became social media, the current state of the internet conference, South by Southwest, and I was looking at all these kids, and by the way, this is when tech wasn't cool, straight nerds, but they were trying to change. They weren't here for kicks and giggles. They weren't here to hook up. They were here to like change the world. Like, I'm gonna build a product that is gonna be in every single person's hand. Like, and they have. Like, the Twitters and the Facebooks and the Ubers, they did. And it was the biggest impact of my career. And it's something I think a lot about now. If you feel motivated by this conversation or you're intrigued by it, add one new winner friend. Like, you know what I mean? Add one new winner friend and cut one loser friend. Like, yeah, I know he's been your boy since 4th grade, but he sits at home and fucking smokes weed and plays 2K all day. Like, you can only love him so much. Go home, cut your loser friend and go find a winner friend. Go to meetup.com, go to a Facebook group, join some. It's unbelievable to watch my team. Like, they get faster, they get smarter, they get more confident, right? It's real, man. It's real. Confidence and like hunger gets passed on to each other. It's like team dynamics. It's why like a great player that sucks can team up. Like, go audit your circle, add one more winner, decrease one more loser.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because when I started my first business, I really struggled to believe in myself. I was making $300 a month and quit on my business partner. And the thing that saved me was watching the stories of successful entrepreneurs. They gave me strategies as well as hope and belief that just maybe I could do it myself as well. And I hope that this video here today helps you get a little bit more belief in yourself, because I still need the videos for myself today too. So today, let's learn how you can make new friends. Enjoy. Rule number 2 is shift your thinking with Mel Robbins.
This question from Alana is one that we get a lot, and it's all about friendships and when your life changes and your friendships change, how to deal with it. Alana is working on herself. She writes, as I leave the old me behind, I'm scared of the rejection I will face when I start making choices for the new me. For example, instead of going to happy hour to bitch and moan about problems and having retail therapy sessions, spending money I don't have, I'll choose to go to the gym or go home to spend time on my project to fulfill my dreams. How can I cope with losing friendships that the old me has? You know what's interesting is that Alana said in her opening sentence to me, I'm scared of the rejection I will face when I start making choices for the new me. You know, I read something interesting, and I want to tell you this before I forget it, and then I'm going to talk generally about friendship, hoping that the way that I'm thinking about friendship will help you lose the guilt. Number one, this came from a book that my husband was reading about alcohol. And it really made me stop and think, and that is this. When you decide that you don't want to drink for whatever reason, what's interesting about being somebody that doesn't drink at a party is that the only person that gives a shit what's in your glass is you. Nobody else typically cares. But the thing that's interesting is that when somebody says to you, would you like a drink? And you say, no, I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking for the month of January, or no, I'm sober, or nah, I don't feel like it. What happens is the fact that you're turning down the alcohol, it can actually magnify somebody else's struggle with their own decisions around it. And so the first thing that I want to point out is, if you have friends that make you wrong for changing your life for the better, that's their issue. It's not yours. And so you got to untangle the fact that they have baggage about getting in shape, or they have baggage about going to the bar that's theirs. And it has nothing to do with the decisions that you're making. So if your friends in general give you blowback for changing for the better, what you need to say in the back of your mind is, interesting. They're obviously very conflicted about their choice to go to the bar and drink every night, but that has nothing to do with me. Here's the other thing you can do. If they start to make you wrong, you can say, well, you want to go to Planet Fitness with me instead? It doesn't sound like you want to be at the bar. So that said, let me talk to you a little bit about friends. Friends are people that you care about. And I have this test, I call it the funeral test. If somebody in your life were to die, ask yourself, would I go to their funeral? If the answer is yes, they're a friend of yours. That's the test for whether or not, in my opinion, someone is a friend, because it means you care about them. Now, here's the other thing about friendship that I want you to understand. You can care about somebody and not like hanging out with them. And that's the situation that you're in right now. That you have plenty of friends that you care about. If they were to die, you would go to their funeral. If they needed you, you would be there. If you saw them, you'd be happy to see them, but you don't like to hang out with them. The other thing that I want you to think about is that, and that's okay, that's like a normal part of friendship. And the reason why that's a normal part of friendship is because one of the things that we know about life is that you're always going to be changing. In the old pattern and the old chapter, you had certain patterns, right? In the old chapter of your life, you would go to the bar and drink. You would go to the store and spend money you didn't have. You're in a new chapter now. And so you have different patterns. When your life takes on different patterns, whether it's you're no longer going to the bar, you're going to the gym, the pattern might even be that one of your kids is playing with a different soccer team, or maybe you've moved to a different street in your town. When the patterns change, so will your circle of friends. It's a fact of life. But that doesn't mean your old friends, the ones that you used to drink with, aren't friends anymore. It just means that you don't want to hang out with them. You still care about them, but you don't like doing what they do. The patterns have changed. For a long time, I had a lot of drama around this until I realized that it's not personal. It's not personal that you don't want to hang out with them. Patterns in your life have simply changed. The final thing that I want to leave you with that may also help you is that, remember, I've given you the funeral test. If you'd go to their funeral, they're definitely a friend. It means you care about them, but you might not like hanging out with them that much, and that's cool. That's normal. The other thing that I want you to think about when it comes to friendships is you can typically put friends into 3 buckets. You got friends for a reason, you got friends for a season, and you have friends for a lifetime. And one of the interesting things that I know about my own life is that as the patterns of my life change, so do the friends that I hang out with more frequently. And I also believe that as you change and the patterns in your life change, people show up in your life for a reason. The right people will show up when you start going to the gym. The right people that you need for the pattern that you're in right now will start showing up when you're working on your project instead of shopping. And it's exactly the kind of people that you need. They're there for a reason. And the friends of yours that are friends of yours for a lifetime, I bet you don't hang out with them that much at all anyway. But I bet they're the first person that you call when you need to talk to somebody about somebody important. Those are the friends for a lifetime. And those folks that are still sitting at the bar and love to blow money that they don't have, those were friends for a season. So if you're wondering how to cope with feeling guilty about distancing yourself, and if you're wondering how to stop feeling like a bad and unloyal friend, understand this, friendship, it's really not about you. It's about the category in which people fit in, depending upon what pattern and what chapter of your life that you're in. That's it. Like, lose the drama about it. The friends at the bar are friends for a season. The people that are going to show up when you start going to the gym are friends for a reason. And the people that you need to call whenever you've got a problem, they're friends for a lifetime, and they're always going to be there.
Rule number 3 is find a place to meet people with Vanessa Van Edwards.
Now let's talk about my 10 favorite spots to meet new people. Again, this is if you're in a new city or you're in an old city and need a little bit of a refresh. Number 1, highly specialized events. A lot of the times people go to big networking events where there's no purpose or the only purpose is to network and they're so high pressure. I would rather you go to highly specialized events. The reason for this is because 1, you're going to find your people. You're going to find people who are also attracted to that same event. And 2, it's going to give you more to talk about. At a networking event, you inevitably end up with, what do you do? Where are you from? Have you been here before? Boring, 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 boring. At a highly specialized event, Renaissance Fair, Comic-Con events, scrapbooking fair, book club about vampires, YA club, nonprofit, charity you love. Those are all really specific. And then you can talk about specific things. I want to give you a really ridiculous specific example here. So a couple weeks ago, I went to a train expo. I know, I'm really cool. Do a lot of cool stuff on the weekends. I was at a train expo because my daughter loves trains. And so we went, we saw the little miniature trains and I talked to people in a lot of overalls and we rode a little train. And I was standing looking at a giant miniature train exhibit and someone next to me goes, Vanessa? And I was like, Allison? And it was my friend from high school. Now we're both in a new city, but she was taking her kids to the train expo and we immediately bonded about how much our kids love train. Our kids are the same age. Our kids began to bond over trains and now we're hanging out all the time. This was a highly specialized place on a highly specialized topic. And so I was able to reconnect with the right person, with the kids of the same age as mine, and we have so much in common. So I want you to think about what's a highly specialized event, a fair, a gathering, a charitable event where you're going to meet like-minded people. Those are the kind of events I want you to go to. Second, book clubs. So book clubs are really special because you're learning together. Anytime you're doing something together, you're going to forge deeper friendships. A lot of the time, it's hard to forge new friendships when you're just grabbing coffees. You're not actually doing something. You don't have shared goals. In book clubs, you have first a shared goal. Everyone's trying to read the same book at the same time. And then second, you're learning together. You're discussing together. You have lots of topics to discuss. So book clubs solve 2 different problems. One is it has a shared goal, so there's a reason to get together. And second, it makes it really easy to never have an awkward silence. If you can always talk about the book, you're never going to run out of things to say. So I want you to think, what is your favorite kind of book or your favorite genre of book or a type of book that you're curious about? Can you join an existing book club or can you start a book club with people that you've been wanting to join or start friendships with? You can even do this digitally or online, a virtual book club, or you can join a book club at a local event. When I first moved back to Los Angeles, back when I was really young, let's pretend it was a really long time ago, I really loved vampire fiction. I know, I'm just so cool. You're learning so much about me. I really liked vampire fiction. And so I started a vampire fiction book club. No joke. Open to the public, posted on meetup.com, and I met super cool people. We all dressed in black. We wore dark lipstick. We talked about vampires. It was great. I met some of my closest friends. Third, city tour. Now, hear me out on this one. City tours are great if you're new to a city, but they're also great if you're in an existing city. And I don't even want you to just do a regular city tour. I would highly recommend doing specialized city tours. A lot of people don't realize that there are all kinds of unique city tours, like ghost tours, architecture tours, historical walking tours, street food tours, food cart tours. I want you to think about, and I want you to Google search or look on Airbnb experiences, what kind of unique tours are in your city. 1, you might meet other new people to your city. 2, you're probably going to meet the host of the tour, who's probably an extrovert, where you can say, hey, I'm new to this city or I'm old to the city and I'm looking to meet new people. Tell me what the cool places to go are. Where do you like to hang out? And that way you're not only seeing a new part of your city, but you're also meeting a like-minded person. Because if they're running an architectural tour and you're interested in architecture, that's your person. 4, language class. There is nothing like stumbling through a new language with other people. So I have found so many of my closest friends learning languages. I learned Spanish in high school, then I learned French, then I learned Mandarin. I met my husband learning Mandarin. He was a fellow English speaker trying to learn Mandarin. And we bonded so quickly because 1, we had a shared goal, right? Remember that shared goal, we're learning together. And 2, we were fumbling and laughing and having all these really halting conversations in Mandarin. And that bonded us more than ever. and we ended up getting married. So I have a soft spot for language learning. So think about, is there a language you'd like to learn? Sign language, Spanish, French, English, whatever you're trying to learn. Hopefully you already know English, or else this video is gonna be really boring. And see if you can sign up for a class, not just an app. So an app doesn't help you meet new people, but a class really helps. Oftentimes with foreign language, they also have language social hours where you could go and practice your language at a bar or a concert, at a networking event. That also gives you something specific to talk about. So think about trying to learn a language and trying to practice people. You never know, you might meet your soulmate. 5, trivia nights. Okay, this one is only for you if you love trivia. I would definitely not recommend, if you don't like trivia, or you're not good at trivia, to go to a trivia night. You're not gonna meet your people. But if you love facts, you're really good at historical trivia, you're really good at pop culture trivia nights are a great way to meet people, especially because you'll often join a team where you can meet people who are already there and they're looking for the same experience. 1, you're never gonna run out of things to say because there's trivia happening. 2, you're meeting like-minded people who are interested in facts and data like you. And 3, it's in a casual setting. So if you're uncomfortable, you could always change tables, change teams, or take a step back. I love trivia nights for people who love trivia. I do not love trivia. I am terrible at trivia, but I know so many friends who have met their best friends at trivia nights. So this is for you if you love facts. 6, dance class. Again, if you like dance or you're curious about dance, this is a great one for you. The reason for this is because what most people don't realize is that a lot of clubs, especially salsa or line dancing or swing dancing, they'll have a learning hour before the actual dancing or the band starts. This is a great way to meet people because people are there to learn. And again, you have a shared learning goal. So think about, are you interested in swing or salsa or line dancing? And could you look up a local club or a local bar that has classes before they actually play the music? Then you're partnered up with people, you're switching around, you're talking about the salsa, you're talking about the music, you're getting a drink together, you're standing in line, you're going to the crowds. It is a great way to mingle very quickly with other like-minded people. And you do not have to be good at this. If you're a beginner, you're gonna meet the most people. So when I went to do a salsa class and it was incredible, I had so much fun. I was a pure beginner and everyone was so kind. They were so helpful. I met so many interesting people and I found that being the newbie, being a beginner actually helped me meet more of those new people. So dance class, especially if you're feeling brave. 7, specific fitness class or gym. So a lot of people like to go to the gym to meet people, and that works if you're an extrovert. You know, you can be running next to someone or lifting and be like, hey bro, what are you lifting? I don't do that. I don't go to the gym to meet people because I am way too ambiverted to meet people at the gym. However, I have been able to meet people at specific fitness gyms or specific locations in your gym. For example, the sauna. The sauna is a great way to meet people if you have a gym that has one, because people don't have their ear pods in. Usually you get kind of sweaty and wet. So it's pretty easy to make some small talk, bring up conversation. It's quiet, it's warm, it's wet. That's a little weird, but it actually does really help meeting people. Or you can meet people at a specific kind of fitness center, like a racket club or a golf club or a tennis club. Is there a specific kind of fitness center or class where you can learn a new skill, remember learning is always good, and meet similar like-minded people? So gym is great if you're an extrovert, but specific fitness class within that gym or a sauna or the pool if you're a little bit nervous and want a reason to talk to people. 8, volunteer work. Beach cleanup, soup kitchen, volunteering at a pantry. This is my favorite one because you truly meet other kind, like-minded people. I was able to volunteer at a beautiful soup kitchen in Portland. I met so many incredible people, other volunteers, people in charge of the organization. I highly recommend if there is a cause that you're really passionate about, that is a wonderful way to have something to talk about, something to do together, a shared goal. By creating things together or donating together or having campaigns together, it's a really great way to have lots of conversation, a shared goal, and also you meet the right kind of people with the right kind of mindset. 9, hiking or run clubs. So I love going on walks with people. I find that sometimes if you're trying to meet new people and you're sitting in a coffee shop, it's too intimidating. So I would rather hike or walk. I also know that some of my friends have joined run clubs. They meet great people who are right at their pace. They're training for half marathons, they're training for marathons. So think about, is there a hiking group, a hiking club, a nature walking club, or a run club that you can join where you're again using a shared goal, you're meeting people with like-minded interests, and it's really easy to talk about what you're doing, running, hiking, jogging, climbing, nature looking, all those things. 10, block parties. So this is a really good tip if you're willing to take the plunge. So I know this is a bigger one, but whether you're in a new city or old city, meeting your neighbors, meeting people who are right in your neighborhood, it becomes very easy to slowly build up friendships. When we first moved to our neighborhood, I held a big block party. I just put out a bunch of candy, got some sodas, I ordered a couple of pizzas. We actually borrowed a bounce house and put up a bounce house for the kids. And I just told everyone on our block, hey, we're having a block party for a couple of hours. It was an incredible way to meet our neighbors, and it made it easier over the next few months to slowly build up relationships. So I highly recommend, if you feel brave enough, host your own block party. Again, this can happen if you're new in a city or if you're old in a city. The idea of reaching out to your neighbors is one of the best ways to be close to the people who you're seeing on a daily basis. And it's always good to know your neighbor. I want to do a little bonus one here, which is offering public advice or help. One of my friends, Maddie, she moved to a new city and she didn't know anyone. And she was moving to the new city and did all this research on buying a new house. And she discovered that there was all these weird city regulations and insider tips and strategies and things you should know about neighborhoods. She put everything she learned buying in a house into a little PDF, and she put it up online for free. She put it up on her Twitter for free. And she said, hey, this is a little PDF that I used when I was buying a house. If it helps you, go ahead and use it and then come and take me out. We'll meet for tacos. She found that she was able to meet other like-minded people who were moving to the new city, who were looking to buy a new house, and who benefited from her PDF. She said that she has more friends than she can handle simply from offering that out there. So I'd also say, if you have a piece of knowledge or advice you have for people and you're willing to share that and offer that help, that can also be a great way to meet people, because you're offering help and they're coming to you and you're meeting the right people based on the help that you're offering.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 4 is put yourself in novel situations with Brendon Burchard.
Your job is to go have adventures in the world and put yourself in new, novel situations to discern what you like.
I'm done hating myself for feeling. I'm done crying myself away. I gotta leave and start the healing. But when you move like that, I just wanna stay. What have I become? I'm looking through your phone now, oh now. Love to you is just a game. Look what I have done. I'm dialing up the numbers, oh yeah. I don't want my heart to break, baby. How do you sleep when you lie to me? All that shame and all that danger. I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight, baby. How do you sleep when you lie to me? All that fear and all that pressure. I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you? Love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you? Oh no, how did I manage to lose me? I am not this desperate, not this crazy. There's no way I'm sticking around to find out. I won't lose like that, I won't lose myself. Look what I have done, dialing up the numbers, oh yeah. I don't want my heart to break, baby. How do you sleep when you lie hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that fear and all that pressure. I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you? Love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you? Oh, love will keep you up tonight. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that shame and all that danger. I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Baby, how do you sleep when you lie to me? All that fear and all that pressure. I'm hoping that my love will keep you up tonight. Tell me, how do you?
I don't engage in the world of, God damn, it's bad. Well, once it's bad, well, you can only think about how to then turn it good. So my focus immediately goes to the work that has to be done to make something better. So when I've fallen, when I've stepped in the shit, it's all right, well, I gotta go find some water to clean off my shoes. And I'm not gonna throw my sneaks away. I'm just gonna clean them good, and I'm not gonna step in shit anymore. I'm gonna look down before I walk now. When I've fallen and it's time to get up, all right, well, am I just jumping back up? Or should I sit down for a second before I get up, look around? All right, people saw me fall, whatever. I'm not embarrassed about it. Let me get up, stand up on my own, and dust it off, but show that it's not a bad thing to fall. Like, I'm that guy. Like, So I think the best thing that can happen to any of us, and I've said this several times, is the world of fuck up. Is the world of problem. People are afraid to embrace that shit. I'm not. Like, embrace the good, the bad, the ugly. Right. That's how the dope shit gets discovered. You don't know how dope this shit is until you've done the undope. The undope makes you go, okay, now this is dope. This is right. This is actually f***ing great, right? Right. This is unbelievable.
Need motivation?
Watch your top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because when I started my first business, I really struggled to believe in myself. I was making $300 a month and quit on my business partner. And the thing that saved me was watching the stories of successful entrepreneurs. They gave me strategies as well as hope and belief that just maybe I could do it myself as well. And I hope that this video here today helps you get a little bit more belief in yourself, because I still need the videos for myself today too. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Kevin Hart, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy.
You don't know how blue water can be till you've been in the water that's not that blue. Yo, this water is dark as shit. But you find it till you go over there and say, yo, goddamn, look at this shit over here. Everything is a discovery. I embrace the progression in discovery. So entertainment moment, life moment, career moments, personal moments. I've been on all sides of the spectrum. I've seen it all. And I would not be in the seat that I'm in today. I would not be able to handle the volume of shit that comes with sitting in this chair if I didn't go through all of the shit that I've been through. Right. And I do mean that. Right. Because now you're just able to see from every single lens. I'm able to see from every single point of view. I don't know everything. I don't need to know everything. I don't want to know everything. But I do know how important it is to listen. I do know how important it is to understand. So I do my best to try to do that at the highest level. And if and when I do, great. If I don't, then maybe I need more help processing it. I'll be patient enough until I get it right, and eventually I'll be all right.
Rule number 2 is build an amazing team.
What would you say are the skills that you're like, this is how I want my kids to be able to operate in this world? And that's what they need.
The best skill that I have developed is the skill of noticing and understanding that nothing is done by one individual. no level of success is reached by one person, right? Like there is a team effort that goes into the smallest moment of success to the largest.
Yeah.
And the person that wants the rewards and the accolades for it all, and that doesn't embrace the world of team and the foundation that stands underneath whatever that thing is a person that won't last long. The thing that I am most thankful for, and the thing that I'm glad that it has just improved over the course of time, is the world of inclusion with the we. There's no I. And I hope that that's what I'm passing down to my kids, is that, you know, nothing is given, everything is earned. And for things to be earned correctly, you know, you have to surround yourself with people that you can not only earn with, but that will support and embrace along the way, right? I have an amazing team. I hope that my team grows to be the stars of tomorrow. From execs to creatives to talent to writers, producers, directors, everybody that's underneath this umbrella of Heartbeat Ventures, of the brands and the brand partnerships and the space of entertainment and this ecosystem within media that we've created. We flourish because they flourish.
Rule number 3 is welcome mistakes.
You got one life, and that one life, the goal for us is to live it to the best of our ability, from the beginning to what's said the end. In the middle, in the beginning, middle, you're gonna do things, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna fuck up. You're supposed to learn and then move forward with the understanding of what not to do. And when you move forward, life may get better, it may not, but somewhere along the lines it's gonna click. And everything that I went through back here was supposed to happen so that now that I'm here, I'm able to go ahead with such a high level of knowledge, and I can make other people better. I can make myself better. I can do more for my family.
Rule number 4 is take baby steps.
Where did that work ethic start, though? Because I watched the docuseries, and it's Laugh Factory and small clubs and those things. Did that set the foundation to have you where you are, where you got your foot on their neck and you still ain't letting up?
It's the discovery. I think it's a discovery of the opportunities that present themselves based off of what you're willing to work for, right? There's a lot of talk about what you want to do, about what you can do, but the energy and effort that goes behind that sometimes doesn't match. What I found out early on is I said, look, if I want to do something and I'm willing to actually go out and put the effort and actions behind it, well, my chances of executing in said thing or on behalf of said thing, well, they're actually real. And I set baby steps, you know, little baby goals, not big ones, but small ones. And what I'm saying and I'm doing, I'm actually achieving. And the goals get bigger. They get bigger. They get bigger, they get bigger and bigger. So I found out that your worst enemy is you and your ability to stay true to the thing that you want to do. If you lie to yourself and cheat yourself, well, then you're not fooling anybody but yourself. But if you actually get up every day and you got that action and you got that energy that's like, I have to go and do this because I'm trying to get here. And you know every day you're working towards that, well, you're gonna get there. It may take you longer, some may do it shorter, but you're not going to lose. Right. So I got addicted to winning. And I found that you can win more when you surround yourself with more winners. I found that putting yourself in the environment of motivational, inspirational personnel, people that just want shit out of life, it's addictive. You get that, like that rubs off. So my surroundings changed. My ideas grew. My wants grew. And, you know, now you're looking at a guy that quote unquote is a mogul, but I'm building. And I'm building with amazing talent, amazing personnel.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5 is shift your perspective.
Even when you say I'm gonna be a good dad today, right? You can only try your best.
Try your best, yeah.
To do that. Ultimately,
And let's bring it back. Let's connect our breathing. To our body, to our mind, to our energy. To our energy of determination. That's right. We determine. We don't choose and lose. Give up, believe lies, give in to fear. We don't do that. We don't give in to anxiety, stress, things that are not the truth of who we are. The way you did your best today, whatever exercises, stretches you chose to do, the same process you get to use here, now, wherever you go. In the gym of life, you get to grow your mind. You get to grow your mind health and your mind wealth. It's all possible if you determine, make the winning choice to be kind, to be peaceful, caring, loving, appreciative, grateful for everything you have here and now. I'm so grateful for my breath right now. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for our being, what we all truly are. I'm proud of my effort today, and I hope you are proud of yours. Because that effort, that process, that determination you use, it's available to you all the time. It's your greatest gift. So don't ever give up on using your determination to be your true, kind, positive, loving self. To control your own mind, no matter what is going on outside of it. You are infinitely intelligent, powerful beyond measure, and you get to work now more than ever. Your own mind, your own body, your own energy. Making yourself better now so that you can be better